For decades, you've been told a lie about penis size, a lie that quietly follows you into the bedroom, especially after 60, when you start to wonder if size still matters or if your erection even can. You've seen the comparisons, the jokes, the silent doubts. But here's the shocking truth: the real length of the vagina isn't what you think. And that one fact can change everything about how you see intimacy, your confidence, and your masculinity. Ask yourself this: does penis size really matter for men over 60, or is the real barrier something else entirely? Blood flow, confidence, the silent damage of stress and shame. Harvard researchers and the Journal of Sexual Medicine have revealed new findings that turn decades of insecurity on its head. What they discovered could completely transform how you think about your body and your future in the bedroom. Pause for a moment. I want to hear from you. Do you believe penis size really matters for men over 60? Or do you feel erections, intimacy, and confidence carry more weight at this stage of life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice might give another man the courage he needs. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week I bring you the real truths about penis health, erections, and vitality after 60. Without the shame, without the pills, and without the lies. Frank was 64, ex-military, the kind of man who still polished his shoes every morning, still rose before the sun, still carried himself like discipline itself. But when the bedroom door closed, all that discipline collapsed into silence. He would avoid his wife's eyes, avoid her touch, because in his mind, his penis wasn't enough. He'd seen the magazines, the movies, the way younger men talked in locker rooms. He believed that after 60, when his erections grew weaker, size was the only thing left that defined his manhood. So he carried that shame like a secret weapon turned against himself. When he finally sat across from me, he lowered his voice and said, "Doctor, I think my penis is too small for her. She won't say it, but I know she feels it." His hands shook, and this man who had stared down battlefields looked terrified of his own reflection. "I'm Dr. Catherine Rotker, a men's health specialist with decades of experience, and I've heard these words more times than you can imagine. The hidden truth is this: the average vaginal length is not what you've been led to believe. According to the NIH and the Journal of Sexual Medicine, it is about 3 to 4 inches at rest, and only 4.5 to 5 inches when fully aroused. Most men, including Frank, already meet that. The issue isn't size, it's circulation, blood flow, and confidence. Frank's wife never complained. She never measured. What she missed was the closeness, the warmth of a strong erection, the intimacy of her husband looking at her without shame. But Frank had convinced himself that masturbation habits from years past, stress, and his prostate health struggles had left him unworthy. Here's the reality. The biggest barrier wasn't his penis. It was the silent damage happening in his blood vessels. When circulation weakens, erections suffer. When erections suffer, confidence collapses. And when confidence collapses, you start telling yourself a story that was never true in the first place. I explained to him that studies from Harvard and Mayo Clinic show more than 40% of men over 60 deal with erection problems caused by endothelial dysfunction, the lining of blood vessels that control blood flow. Not size, not length, blood flow. And that same research shows that when circulation improves, intimacy and confidence return, regardless of size. When Frank heard this, he leaned back in the chair. His shoulders dropped like a weight had finally lifted. For the first time in years, he believed that maybe he wasn't broken. Maybe he had been measuring the wrong thing all along. His wife never cared about size. She cared about him, about presence, connection, and the man she married standing in front of her with pride instead of fear. And that was the truth he needed to hear to begin healing. The enemy you face is not the number on a ruler. It's something you can't see, but it touches every part of your body. It's silent, it's steady, and it steals from you day after day without ever announcing its presence. That enemy is endothelial dysfunction, the breakdown of the very cells that line your blood vessels. When those cells weaken, blood flow becomes restricted. And without strong blood flow, your erection can't be strong either. It doesn't matter how healthy your penis looks from the outside. If the highways of circulation are clogged, the destination is starved. Harvard researchers have shown that endothelial dysfunction is one of the earliest and most overlooked causes of erection problems in men over 60. Think about it. You might notice your grip isn't as strong or your energy fades by mid-afternoon. But what you don't realize is that the same weakness is happening in the tiny arteries that fuel your penis. When blood can't fill those chambers fully, the erection you once relied on disappears. And then your mind takes over, telling you the lie that size is the problem when the truth is far more hidden. Cortisol, the stress hormone, plays its part too. High levels of cortisol shrink blood vessels and sabotage testosterone production. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed that men under chronic stress had testosterone levels nearly 20% lower than those who managed stress. That's a direct hit on your energy, your erections, and your sense of masculinity. Shame deepens the wound. Maybe you've compared yourself to younger men. Maybe you've used masturbation as a release but walked away feeling weaker, not stronger. Maybe prostate health issues have made you doubt your entire identity as a man. Each layer of shame tightens the grip of this silent enemy until you begin to think intimacy is behind you. But here's what you need to know. According to the Mayo Clinic, more than 40% of men over 60 experience erection difficulties, and in most cases, it isn't about size, it's about blood flow. The body is whispering a warning: take care of the vessels or lose the strength of your erections. The real danger is not inches, it's silent. Because every day you ignore circulation, every day you bury shame, endothelial dysfunction advances. And by the time most men take it seriously, intimacy has already suffered. This enemy doesn't just attack your penis. It attacks your confidence, your marriage, your sense of being wanted. But once you see it clearly, you can finally begin to fight it. Here's the hope you've been waiting for. Because the solution to your erection problems after 60 isn't found in a pill bottle or some dangerous enlargement gimmick. It starts with restoring blood flow, fueling testosterone, and rebuilding confidence. 3 simple steps backed by science can begin turning everything around. First, add beetroot juice to your daily routine. Beets are rich in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, allowing them to open wider and carry more blood where it's needed most, including your penis. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that dietary nitrates from beetroot improved blood flow and reduced blood pressure significantly. Stronger circulation means firmer erections, no matter your age or size. Second, eat a handful of Brazil nuts each week. Just one nut contains nearly 100% of your daily selenium, a mineral directly tied to testosterone production and sperm health. Research from the Journal of Urology shows that men with higher selenium levels had improved fertility and hormone balance. For you, that means more testosterone, better energy, and erections that last longer. Your prostate health also benefits, since selenium has been linked to a lower risk of prostate inflammation. Third, train your pelvic floor. Most men never think about it, but the muscles that control urination and ejaculation also play a critical role in keeping your erection strong. A clinical study in the British Journal of Urology International showed that men over 60 who performed pelvic floor exercises for just 12 weeks regained erectile strength equal to or better than men taking medication. Think of it as strength training for the foundation of your manhood. These steps are not complicated. Beetroot for nitric oxide, Brazil nuts for testosterone and prostate health, pelvic floor exercises for control and power. Together, they target the real issues: circulation, hormones, and muscular support, instead of chasing the myth that penis size is what matters. What happens when you start? Within days, your blood flow begins to improve. Within weeks, testosterone levels stabilize. And with every step, confidence replaces fear. Because intimacy is not about being larger. It's about being present, being strong, and showing your partner the man she fell in love with. This is the truth your body has been waiting to hear. The erection you want after 60 isn't locked behind a magic pill. It's built by simple, natural choices that science already proves. And when you make those choices, you discover something powerful. Size was never the problem. Here's what happens when you put these steps into action. Real change doesn't take years. Your body begins responding faster than you might believe because circulation, hormones, and confidence are deeply connected. Let me walk you through the timeline of what most men over 60 notice when they start focusing on blood flow, prostate health, and erection strength instead of chasing penis size. By day 7, you feel the first signs of life. Your energy rises, morning erections return more often, and you notice you aren't dragging through the day like before. This isn't magic. It's nitric oxide from beetroot juice opening your blood vessels, allowing oxygen and nutrients to flow freely. Studies from Harvard Medical School confirm that nitric oxide production can improve circulation in as little as 1 week. That means your penis is already benefiting from the increased blood flow. By day 14, the changes become harder to ignore. Erections feel firmer, last longer, and your partner begins to notice the difference. Brazil nuts are doing their work here, raising selenium levels, boosting testosterone, and reducing prostate inflammation. Research in the Journal of Andrology shows that men who corrected selenium deficiencies improved hormone balance and sexual performance within 2 weeks. For you, that translates into confidence you haven't felt in years. By day 30, the transformation feels undeniable. Your erections are stronger, your stamina in bed returns, and intimacy begins to feel natural again. Not forced, not shameful, but alive. Clinical trials published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine show that consistent pelvic floor training combined with circulation boosting habits led to a 70% improvement in erection quality within 1 month. That means men your age, men over 60, are restoring the confidence they thought was gone forever. Day by day, your body proves that you are not finished. You are not broken. You are rebuilding strength in the most personal way a man can. And 30 days from now, you could be standing in front of the mirror, realizing that the man staring back isn't smaller or weaker. He's alive again. The most dangerous mistake men make after 60 is chasing the wrong solution. You've been told that the answer lies in pills, pumps, or enlargement devices. You see the ads, you hear the promises, and deep down you hope that maybe this time it will fix what's missing. But here's the truth, those quick fixes don't repair blood flow, they don't restore natural erections, and they don't protect your prostate health. The NIH has warned that more than 70% of over-the-counter male enhancement supplements are unregulated, and many contain hidden drugs or toxic fillers. They give you a short-lived illusion while the real problem, endothelial dysfunction and weak circulation, continues to get worse. And the longer you ignore that, the harder it becomes to reverse. Don't waste time chasing inches that don't matter. The real danger isn't penis size. It's believing in a lie while your body quietly loses strength. Focus on restoring erections, circulation, and confidence. That's the only path to lasting intimacy. Brother, you need to hear this clearly. You are not defined by inches. You are defined by presence, by confidence, and by the connection you bring into the bedroom. Science proves the real length of the vagina is far less than you've been led to believe. What matters is the strength of your erection, your energy, and your willingness to show up without fear. If this spoke to you, like this video, share it with a friend who needs hope, and subscribe for more. Comment below if you're ready to reclaim your confidence after 60. You're not alone. You're part of a brotherhood of men, proving every day that real masculinity doesn't shrink with age. It grows stronger,